Managing Airbnb properties from long distances can seem like impossible, so scary, so daunting. Why would we ever do it? Because of this, financial independence. We do it because we want to retire early, because we want to get out of the rat race. Airbnbs are the best way, the fastest way to reach financial independence, in my humble opinion. That's how I did it. I speak from experience, and I have Airbnbs in Florida. I live in the Caribbean. I have an Airbnb in Puerto Rico. How do I accomplish this? I'm going to tell you 5 different pieces of technology that I use to make my life easier. Some of them you may have thought of, some of them you may not have thought of, but I'm going to break it down for you in this video. I'm going to tell you all about it.
Shut up and sit down.
Okay, real quick, just in case you're new here, this is the Retire Mentality channel where I want to change your mentality about retirement, about the way you think about money, how you reach financial independence, retire early, buy real estate, invest in rental properties. If those are things that sound interesting to you, welcome to the channel. Consider sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down there. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up down there. It helps it out. Okay, business out of the way. What are the 5 pieces of technology that I use to help me manage my properties from long distance? The first one that I bought and put into my properties was a Wi-Fi thermostat. This allows me to set limits on how high and how low people can set the temperature in the house. I have beach properties. My bulk of my properties are in Florida, and I found that people would set the temperature to 50 degrees and then leave the sliding glass door open while they go in and out to the pool. I have a lot of friends who have properties that are right on the beach, condos that are beachfront. People will turn the air conditioning on, crank it down super low, and then open that slider up so that they can hear the waves lapping on the sandy shores of the beach. But something you can do in conjunction with this is sensors on the windows and doors. I haven't gone to this step yet, but my friends who have the beachfront ones do. So if they open up the door, it kicks off the air conditioning unit. Because a big problem that I had was when people leave the doors open with the humidity in Florida, it'll actually freeze up the condensing unit inside of is it a condensing unit inside the house? It'll freeze up the inside unit, literally with ice, and it'll shut the system off. And then the ice melts and it makes a huge puddle on the floor. It makes a mess. And the people are calling me, telling me that the air conditioning is broke. And I'm like, did y'all leave the door open? Well, yeah, we wanted to go into the pool. So anyway, I set limits. The Wi-Fi air conditioning, the Wi-Fi thermostat will it'll set limits on how high and low people can set the temperatures. If you have a ski town rental property, people can't put it at 100 degrees and keep the doors open to watch it snow. So it works on either end of the spectrum. And the other thing it does is when people check out, my cleaning crew is supposed to set the thermostat to a specific temperature. A lot of times they forget. So if the property is going to be empty for a day or a week or a month, I can go on my phone and I can see what the temperature is and I can change it so that I'm not just wasting electricity heating and cooling an empty house. I'm going to go ahead and put number 2 right here, just in case you have a house that has mini splits. You don't have a central air conditioning unit. You're thinking, man, I wish I could do that, but I have mini splits. Ah, my friend, you can. My house in Puerto Rico, I'd been leaving the windows open because to try to keep the humidity levels down, but dirt would come into the house and everything was dirty every time I went there. And I just discovered a thing called Sensibo. It's called the Sensibo sensor. You plug it into the wall and you hook it up. It can sync to your phone with Wi-Fi, and then you sync it to your remote control of your mini split air conditioning unit, and you can run the mini splits from your phone. So what I do now, I closed all the windows, and it's got a timer. I just did this. So supposedly it has timers you can set up. I haven't done this yet. I've got to set the timers up. But I just do it manually from my phone. In the morning, I kick them on for like an hour. And in the evening, I kick them on for another hour. I turn all the units in the house on with the sensors. So that way it keeps the humidity levels down and I don't have to keep the windows open so that the dirt and the dust doesn't come into the house. So if you got the mini splits, get the Sensibo. I'm going to put links in the description down below for the products that I'm talking about so you can check them out on Amazon. You can get a Wi-Fi thermostat for a little over $100. The Sensibo units are about $100 a piece. I'll put links for the other things I'm going to talk about also. Number 3 is cameras. Ooh, Jeff, I don't know if you can put cameras in your vacation rental. I don't have them pointing at the pool. I have one pointing at the front door so I can monitor who comes in the house and how many people there are. So if somebody books the house and they say there are 4 people and 19 people show up, I can see what's going on. I can see if somebody brings a dog or a pet that they're not supposed to have. I have some of my properties are pet friendly. Some of my properties are not pet friendly. So I can monitor who comes in and out of the property. If I've got a cleaning person coming, I can see if they come. If my handyman is supposed to come, I can see if he shows up. If I have a package delivered, I can look on the front porch and see if it's there. I got another tip about packages getting delivered coming up, so stay tuned for that. But I use the Arlo camera. You can see it on my phone. It gets an alert every time somebody triggers the motion sensor. It's got a light on it. It's got a speaker on it so I can talk to the people if I want to. It doesn't work so good in Puerto Rico because none of my people that work on the house seem to ever speak English. But you can talk to people through the camera. So that helps you get an Arlo, $100, monitor who comes in and out of your house. Number 4 is a Wi-Fi garage door opener. This was something I hadn't thought of before, and I just had to get a new garage door opener put into my Puerto Rico house. And they asked if I wanted it to be Wi-Fi, and I said no. And then it turned out it was Wi-Fi, and I'm really glad that it is, because now I can, if I have a package being delivered, bing, bing, boop, I get on my phone, pop the garage door open, delivery guy can put it in there. I just had some chairs delivered from IKEA, and they won't drop them off unless there's a person physically there. But I got a little old lady who lives next door. She's home all the time, but she can't physically carry these heavy chairs around and go put them in my yard. So she just goes over to the front door of my house. IKEA guy calls her, she lets him in the gate. She calls me, and bing, bang, boom, I open the garage door. IKEA man puts them in my garage, close the garage door, everything's done and fine. So if you've got packages, if you want to things like my beach chairs wear out a lot. And so I get delivery sent to my beach houses periodically. So a Wi-Fi garage door opener, and Amazon actually has a thing where you can sign up. It doesn't work in Puerto Rico, I found out. But if you live in America, you can probably get Amazon delivery signed up so that they know you can pre-program into your Amazon account that you have this Wi-Fi garage door opener. When actually I found this out because when I programmed my phone to the garage door opener, it says, do you want to sync with Amazon? And I was like, yeah, I do. So you actually have that choice to sync your Amazon account to your garage door, bing, open up the garage, let people in. So Wi-Fi garage door opener. I bet you never thought of that one. And the last one I'm going to talk about, number 5, is Wi-Fi door locks. Then you can pre-code into there. You can change the codes. Every time somebody checks in and checks out, you don't have the same code every time. We get a lot of repeat guests at our units. So if they came 2 years in a row, they might write down the code. They can just come in the middle of winter. They might think it's empty and just help themselves to my house. So with the Wi-Fi door locks, you can change the codes. You can have a specific code for your cleaning crew. You can have one for your handyman. You can have one for yourself. You can have one for each guest, and then it makes them feel safer. So the Wi-Fi door locks is another good way to go. Don't forget to change those batteries. I do mine every 6 months, whether they need it or not, because I don't want them to die. So think about that. If you like these 5 tips on some technology that can help you manage your Airbnbs from long distance, check out this video over here. You're gonna really like this one. This will tell you how to get into buying your first Airbnb if it's something you're considering. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.